kill to go on about a 14 or 15 kill streak. And before it's all over, Gunshy's going to get a little bit extra right there with that double kill. Make sure he puts in a certain amount of work. As we take a look at our scoreboard as the game is closing out, Gunshy on fire, 20-11. And as you can take a look there, 82-64 is going to be our final score, with the Europeans taking round number 1 here on Cargo.
All right, that was amazing. I got to tell you, I'm here with Mark. Mark Lamia, that is great stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. It's awesome to see these guys out here, some great teamwork, some intense competition. It's that competition that is, of course, at the heart of Call of Duty Black Ops multiplayer, Black Ops 2. And, you know, it is why Call of Duty Black Ops 2 and Call of Duty multiplayer is a sport.
I got to tell you, man, you know, you're in charge of Treyarch. That's what it says on his business cards. I'm in charge of Treyarch. But you've got to be real proud of the team and some of the innovation they brought to the table this time around, right?
Yeah, you know what? The team really went for it. I'm really proud of the team. You know, they really were inspired by the world of esports, and, you know, so much so that they created an entire suite of features that's going to really propel esports and Call of Duty multiplayer. You know, great set of tools to allow people to commentate, to broadcast out this content. We know people love to play Call of Duty, and we believe people love watching Call of Duty.
So you saw some of those features a moment ago during the match, but now we're going to catch up with Mr. Vandahar and Hastro, and they're going to explain in depth what you're going to get with Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer. David, that was amazing. What did we just see?
That was the world premiere of the codcasting feature in Call of Duty Black Ops 2 multiplayer, and that was Cargo in Team Deathmatch.
Thanks, David. Hastro, tell us about some of the tools that we just saw.
Sure. So you saw a few different elements in the codcasting feature, and it just really allows us to get in and make a better viewing experience for the audience that's tuning into Call of Duty matches online, right? So you saw an element called the score panel, and that's the kind of the key element at the very top center of the screen. The score panel is just a way for us to give information quickly to the audience, the score, what team's in the lead, and how much time is left in the game.
And then, of course, we saw the names up there. That's the nameplate.
Yeah, the nameplate essentially is our way of giving the player a jersey and a number, right? A name on the back of the jersey. We're in a first-person POV in Call of Duty Black Ops 2, so we want to be able to identify the player and who you're watching, so that's what the nameplate does.
Now, that's all great, but viewers really want to see the map. Tell us about the map.
Yeah, the map overhead is a really important piece of information for the audience. So the audience wants to see where the teams are set up, where they're located on the map, where the engagement's about to occur. And also for the commentators, it's a great tool because the commentator can kind of switch players after a player dies and bring you right back into the action faster.
Now, this is really exciting. It's almost like watching a TV show, picture in picture.
Yeah, now the picture-in-picture mode is just really robust, a lot of features there, but essentially you're able to see what the kill streak is for each certain player. If a player is just on a tear, he's got 10 kills in a row, you'll be able to see that in the right-hand column. Also, we have an objective column, so any player who's playing an objective in real time, you're going to be able to see live when that player is playing an objective, and it's going to identify that that player is in fact on the objective.
Are there a lot of options that we can tweak?
Well, we actually have elements of the HUD that are removable, and you can actually customize the HUD for the viewer. And you can actually go in and, let's say, an esports league or a big tournament wants to put in their own graphics. So you can remove a piece of the HUD, and we can actually fully customize that for the viewing experience. So you can completely wipe it, put in the mini-map, take it away, different things like that. It's just very, very robust, and essentially that's what makes up codcasting. Now,
one of the really neat features is Listen In, where we can actually hear the players, right?
Yeah, the Listen In feature in codcasting mode is actually my favorite feature. It really allows us to take the audience and put them into the huddle with the players. So you really get a sense for just how much their communication separates them from other teams in competitive play. The best professional teams in the world have top-notch communication, and it's crucial to them winning a game. So we get to feel what they're feeling, what they're strategizing, and just hear the overall just lingo between the players, and it's just really an exciting tool. It's just such a great deal of information that the audience is going to be empowered with now. In Black Ops 2, the commentators have all the right to make the viewing experience as customized to the viewer and the audience as possible. So, you know, for me personally as a commentator, I want to make the viewing experience as fun as possible for the audience, and I'm able to do that with Codcaster mode. But more importantly, I'm able to make sure that we don't miss those epic moments in the battles that may have gotten lost in the past. You know, these just crucial moments that change the face of the game, and what essentially it determines outcomes of matches. We're able to make sure that we capture all of that.
Thanks, Hastro. David, I want to talk to you about some of these features. What was it like implementing some of these features?
Yeah, so there's really a couple of really key pillars to the entirety of the esports and competitive agenda for us. Black Ops 2 has a league play feature. This is a sport. It's how you make Call of Duty multiplayer a sport, and we actually use skill-based matchmaking to put players in the right brackets. Competition is fun at any level, pro players and average players alike. We also have to make it fun to watch, fun to spectate. That's what codcasting does. So that's why that feature is so important, have that production around that sport. And then finally, we need a way to give that sport or broadcast it to the world, and we do that with a feature we call live streaming.
You're now putting basically, you know, thousands of dollars of tools into the hands of the community. That's got to be really exciting. You're expecting to see a lot of great stuff out of them.
Yeah,
right?
It's actually really important for us to put as many tools as we can. We really like to make sure that we give the player the ability to customize the experience, whether they're playing the game, whether they're watching the game. In fact, Larry, you can even go back through the theater feature later, pick up those games, and then codcast them later. It's really cool.
The team at Treyarch has got to be excited about the work that they've done around this. They've always really enjoyed the community, but this takes it to a different level.
We're going to keep going. We're pretty engaged with the community all the time. They're very passionate people. They have a lot to say about the game, and it's really fun to take their ideas, mold them into the context and structure what the game's supposed to be like, and then bring them right back to the players.
Thanks, David. Any final words?
Sure. I mean, you know, I've just been blown away by how dedicated the team at Treyarch has been to making this experience for the players as best as it can be, and giving them as much customization that they can have. It's just mind-blowing how dedicated they are to their community, and how well they treat their fans and the players that play the game. So I think that's something that, you know, all of the Black Ops 2 players out there, when they get the game, are going to realize pretty quickly.
Thank you, Hastro. Any final words?
We're really excited to put this game in players' hands. And when you get there and you get your hands on it, I want you to tell us what you're thinking about it, how it's working for you. Feed right back to us so we can continue to make and improve our games for you.
Welcome back to the pit, everyone. I am here with Hastro and a very special new codcaster. It's Vaughn, and look at this. I'm your friend at the moment, right?
Am I your friend? I can't tell.
Yeah.
I'm your enemy.
Yeah, you're foe now. This is an amazing piece of work. You know, what's the story behind this?
It's classified beyond top secret.
Is this an unlockable in Black Ops 2?
It's a very special unlock, only available to the top players in the world.
Nice. Hey, listen, so not only tonight are you getting the world premiere of Black Ops 2 multiplayer streamed live, you're also getting the world premiere of Vaughn as a codcaster. How about that?
Yeah, it's a weekend of first for me, and we're just going to go straight with it with my friend Astro here and have a go. Why not?
And Astro, you've had some pretty big voices next to you in that codcasting booth, right? How does it feel to have Vaughn next to you?
I can't say enough about this guy. I mean, honestly, it's a joy to have him here casting with me, absolutely. And I'm his friend right now, apparently, so I'm his enemy now, so it's great to have him here.
Changes quickly. Do you guys want to have a hug, or we'll just get on with the next game? Let's get on with the next game, right? Okay, so really good start tonight. Amazing to see the Europeans really put that one in the bags, yeah?
Oh man, I was actually really surprised. I mean, they really took it to the North Americans right there, pretty bad. I mean, that was a rough one. So we'll see what happens here in the next round.
Home advantage telling in that first game, but it's all going to change because we're showing off one of the new game modes now. This is multi-team deathmatch. Tell us about this one, Vaughn.
Yeah, so this is a 3-on-3-on-3-on-3, but you can play multi-team deathmatch with up to 6 factions and any combination of 18 players. This is going to be very intense. These are very competitive guys, very competitive, small teams of 3, small group, squad tactics are going to matter. They're going to have to load out really well and work together to win this game. It's going to be an epic, epic match.
Now those loadouts are really interesting, right? So everyone knows about the Pick 10 creator class system. Tell us how that's influencing the multiplayer game and what people should look out for in this.
So in this particular combination, I'm going to be specifically looking to see how these guys have combined wildcards and Pick 10 together to complement each other's play styles, because with this multi-team deathmatch game, this action's so intense and these guys are going to have to be cooperating, so I want to see how different their classes are and how similar they are, and that should be a really interesting thing to look for here.
Good stuff. Okay, so the guys are into their teams now. The guys that they're playing with are the guys they play with all the time, so the communication should come to the fore here. Tell us about the map that we're playing on, Hastro.
Sure. So we're actually going to be launching this game on Turbine, and it's going to be multi-team, like David said. So it's 3 versus 3 versus 3 versus 3, 4 teams of 3. And the map Turbine is just going to be an excellent choice here in this multi-team TDM. It just plays really fast. It's a great map. You can climb on everything, and it's going to be great.
All right, multi-team team deathmatch, twice the teams, twice the carnage. Look out for that communication teamwork coming to the fore. Let's get going with it.
All right, here we go. We're going, boys.
All right, folks.
Good luck.
So, Mr. David Vonderhaar in the booth with me, and we're about to launch Turbine multi-team team deathmatch. And this is quite the interesting game mode, Vaughn. What are your predictions right here? And go ahead and make a prediction.
I'm going to predict that this thing is going to be wire to wire, that these guys are really going to just get super into this thing, and we're going to see some tough, tight, close scores the entire match.
Yeah, I actually agree. Multi-team TDM is introducing, so many different aspects into the gameplay just because of the fact that you're adding multiple teams, as we see Gunshi, who finished that last game absolutely on fire, picking up another kill right there, and that was on Nice, and that was actually Nice from the team Germany. And why don't we pull the picture-in-picture up and take a look here, Vaughn. We see that Optic is actually playing as the Seals faction that I'm hovered over with my cursor right here. And then now we see that Team Prophecy from the UK is playing as the SDC faction. Now Team Envious from North America is playing as the FBI faction, and Team Germany is playing as the Mercs faction.
I really like this view because you can tell where every single team is in position right there, with Envious up there in first place.
Yep, absolutely. So Envious has taken the early lead, but it's oh so close. 5 kills on the board for Envious. We'll swap on board with Karma and see if he can add to that lead. He's using the M8A1 assault rifle with the target finder. Again, pulling off some nice shots there. He's actually got a select fire attachment as well, so he doubled up on his attachments, Vaughn. Why don't you tell me a little bit about that?
I really like this particular attachment, a select fire switch. You can change between auto and burst modes, and one way that I really like to use it is at long range, I'll actually burst, and at short range, I'll go to auto. Yep,
absolutely. It makes complete sense. I got a little bit of time with it as well, as we see Karma go down for the drop shot, almost got a double kill with it, but there he is, he's calling in the UAV. And we just saw he picked up the assist on that kill. Now assists add to the score streaks here in Black Ops 2 multiplayer. What was kind of the decision behind that?
So there's certain score streaks that you really want to be able to reward players for using and activating, and those are particularly the ones like this one, because these are not actually generating kills for you. But if that thing's up, you're seeing that assist points for using any kind of support-based score streak.
Got it. So the UAV will actually give you some points towards your next score streak.
That's exactly
As we see
right.
Karma picking up another kill right there and spots another one. Looks like he had a foot in the way right there as he went prone. And let's take a look at the overhead map and see where Karma is spawning back in. Looks like he's going to run into a player right here.
No.
And he did. It was Nice from the Team Germany. But Envious still has the lead at the moment. They have 18 kills on the board, starting to create some separation. 18 to 13. The SDC is in second, and that is Team Prophecy. And Twiz now for Envious is on a 3-kill streak. Why don't we take a look at his loadout? He's rocking the M8A1 as well. Seems like he has, is that a bouncing Betty there and a smoke grenade maybe? Or is that maybe a flash grenade? Looks like a flash grenade. So looks like Twiz is kind of going with that classic reflex
Interesting to see him burst at this range, actually. I would think that you'd want to get in there. Those guys are such precision shooters, though. Man, this is such a great player, Twiz.
Yep. Twiz is definitely solid, and now Envious has taken the lead even more. Why don't we actually take a listen in to Team Envy, Vaughn, and see how well they're communicating.
Yeah, he's next to us, Yeah, he's right to your left. Got him.
Another one down low, Down low, terror building. Let's work for a kill streak.
Still me.
Nah.
Good kill. I've got UAV, but I'm weak.
Throw it up. And you'll work for a counter. There's another one, top turret over here.
Oh, next week.
All right, Vaughn, so Envious definitely had some great communication right there. 2 minutes left to go. That is probably why they have such a good lead. The communication is oh so crucial, and in COD casting mode, we can actually put you into the game with the players. with one touch of a button, which is one of my favorite features, if not my favorite in COD casting mode. And it looks like Twiz just missed a player who came up behind him, and it was Optic Ray. And let's see how Optic is doing at the moment. They are your FBI's team, and it looks like they are kind of slacking behind. They're down by about 7 kills. Not too far off the pace, but it looks like Prophecy is now coming back. Vaughn, Shane has a 6-kill streak. Why don't we take a look at him?
Absolutely one of the best ways to figure out what player is really hot right now, pulling up picture-in-picture, seeing that kill streak column and knowing exactly where he does.
Absolutely.
Oh, maybe did we just curse him right there?
Well, that happens to me all the time when I swap the players. I curse them, and look at this. Shane is fully loaded with score streaks right now.
He's got the death machine out. This should be really entertaining.
Yeah, the death machine is just massive in this game. It does some super damage to the body of enemy soldiers, but you know what I like to use it for? I actually like to take out score streaks with it, because it's brutal. I mean, if there's a score streak in the sky and I can take it out with the death machine, I'm going to do it. It really fires so many bullets, and it's kind of absolutely devastating, those score streaks, and it's absolutely devastating right there as we see Shane picking up the kill on Big Timer from Optic. Envious is still in the lead by 4. We're headed into the last minute of the game now, Vaughn. And why don't we take a look at the picture-in-picture again, and let's see if we can hop on board with somebody who's on fire. Looks like Gunshy's on the 3-kill streak. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about Gunshy's class,
yeah,
what you can see.
Yeah, so Gunshy, once again, this select fire seems to be a very popular attachment with these pro players, and he's got looks like he's got the red dot sight there, and he's going to aim up and put some targets down. He's been playing pretty good all night. All the players have been doing a great job.
Yeah, and it looks like there are 19 seconds left to go. And there's a care package there for Gunshy. He's only down by 3 kills. He has a care package and a UAV. Choosing not to go ahead and call it in, his strategy might be to go ahead and try and just work around with his gunplay. 6 seconds left, only 2 kills separating our teams. Can they do it as we're on board with Gunshy? Can he catch back up?
Oh,
so close.
Yeah, 42-41.
He picks
what a
one
great
up
game.
right there. And it looks like that was so close at the end. Gunshy picked up that final kill, but it just wasn't enough. If one of his teammates was able to help out, they would have came back and tied it, but Envious is going to take this one. And let's take a look at the scoreboard here as we see Twiz going huge for Team Envious, 19 and 12.
All right, guys.
Karma with 13 kills on the board. He's negative, though, with 14 deaths. And Toby +1 at 10 and 9 for Team Envious as they take this one home, Vaughn.
Man, that was a lot of fun. Those guys are such great players, and we're so honored that they came all the way out to Germany to join us and to debut this game mode with us. And it's just so much fun watching.
Yeah,
incredible
awesome.
Finish there. Prophecy pushing hard to the end of the game there, but Envious just coming out on top. It couldn't have been any closer, right?
Oh man, and this is what it's all about right now, just watching these guys compete back and forth, watching them trade kills and looking at those tight scores.
Astro, pick out some of the key moments of that game for us.
Oh man, I would probably say some of the Europeans went on a big kill streaks. They had big kill streaks. One came out of Gunshy, and it looked like Shane had one as well. Swanee actually got in there too, and that actually brought Prophecy back towards Envious's lead, but it was so close there at the very end. That was probably the best moment where I thought Prophecy might actually tie it up. Gunshy got that kill the last split second, just couldn't get another one as Team Envious took it.
That's exactly the kind of competition we're looking for here tonight. Tell us about some of the new weapons and attachments we saw, making the big scores in that game.
Yeah, what I learned really fast right there is that these pro players love that select fire switch, so they can change between that auto and that burst. But we actually saw the target finder in play really early on in that game, and that attachment allows you to see enemies from a distance. They get targeted up for you. That's our 2025 technology in play in this game.
Great to see that future technology in play. All right, we're going to go straight back in with another multi-team team deathmatch. We're switching maps, though. Tell us about this new map.
Yeah, it looks like we're actually missing our screen for a second here, but when we pull it back up, I think we're about to head into Aftermath.
I believe we're going to play some Aftermath.
Yep, that's absolutely right. So Aftermath actually takes place in Los Angeles. It's kind of a busted down Los Angeles, and it's actually great. It's got a lot of close quarters combat, a lot of tight corridors. This is a really interesting map to watch.